Hello students, welcome to Paramount Education. Today we are going to start our lecture on number system, right? So what are the things on which we are going to talk about in this lecture is, first is about the numbers and second is the classification of numbers, right? And later we are going to build the flow chart of it. Later I'll ask you some questions to solve on the basis of our discussion, right? So let's proceed further. I hope this is not you, right? On this note, we are proceeding further. So number is basically classified into two forms. First is real and second is imaginary. Imaginary number is out of your course. ये आपके कोर्स में है ही नहीं. This is going to come in your later classes. Whereas we are going to deal with real numbers. Specifically हम इन्हीं पे बात कर रहे होंगे, ठीक है? This is a sign of iota, right? This is just for the information purpose. It's a sign of iota. Then in real number get classified into two forms. That is, one is rational and other is irrational. So if I talk about rational number, so rational numbers are those numbers which can be represented in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. This is the most important point which you need to keep in mind. Now the question pop up in my mind is, what will happen if q is equal to 0? So you need to comment here that what is the result when q is equal to 0. Let's proceed further. So this rational number is again divided into two categories, okay? First is integers and second is fractions. Now under fractions again 2 to 3 parts are there. First is, अगर आपका कोई नंबर फ्रैक्शन में है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इस तरीके से है 1/2 है, सो यू आर गेटिंग आंसर एज 0.5, राइट? सो दिस इज समथिंग विच इज गोइंग टू स्टॉप एट अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट. वेयर एज कुछ ऐसे भी नंबर्स होते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1/3 है, राइट? सो द आंसर यू विल गेट इज 0.3333. दिस इज नॉट नेवर गोना एंड. सो दीज टाइप्स ऑफ नंबर आर नोन एज नॉन टर्मिनेटिंग but repeating numbers, okay? Whereas these numbers are known as terminating numbers, okay? Terminating and non-repeating, you can say. It is not going to repeat itself. Now the thing is, what do you mean by terminating? So again, what you need to do is you need to comment below what is the meaning of terminating, right? Terminating मैंने term use कर लिया, but डू यू नो दिस? आई होप जिसने जहाँ पे भी आपने 8th क्लास के इनिशियल्स किए होंगे तो उन्होंने आपको ज़रूर बताया होगा व्हाट डू मीन बाय टर्मिनेटिंग, व्हाट डू मीन बाय रिपीटिंग, व्हाट डू मीन बाय नॉन टर्मिनेटिंग, राइट? सो लेट्स प्रोसीड फर्दर. अगेन अगर आपका कोई फ्रैक्शन, राइट, अगर आपका कोई फ्रैक्शन ऐसा हो जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर आपका हमेशा 1 रह जाए, वो हमारी इंटीजर की कैटेगरी में आ जाता है, ओके? सो इंटीजर देखिए आप यहाँ पे -3 है, -3 है, बट इसके नीचे कुछ है, इट इज़ ऑलवेज 1. व्हेन देयर इज नथिंग इन डिनोमिनेटर इट इज़ ऑलवेज 1. सो जब कभी भी मेरा डिनोमिनेटर 1 बन जाएगा, सो इट ऑलवेज लाई अंडर इंटीजर कैटेगरी. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इंटीजर्स अगेन दो कैटेगरी में डिवाइड हो जाता है. दैट इज़, वन इज़ होल नंबर एंड द सेकेंड वन इज़ नेचुरल नंबर. होल नंबर का जो रेंज होता है दैट इज़ क्लोज इंटरवल ऑफ 0 to infinity, अगेन क्लोज इंटरवल. वेयर एज नेचुरल नंबर का जो इंटरवल होता है दैट इज क्लोज इंटरवल 1 to infinity, right? So there is only one difference. When 0 is added to natural number, we consider the whole range as a whole number, right? I hope you get this one. Now what we are going to do is we are going to denote these numbers, these types, with a particular alphabet, so that instead of writing whole number you can write a particular letter. Instead of writing integers, instead of writing real number, instead of writing rational number, you can replace all these things by a particular letter. That is this one. For example, if you're talking about real numbers, you can directly write r instead of writing the whole thing, right? Instead of writing rational number whole thing, you can directly write q. For integers it is z, for whole number it is w, for real natural numbers it is n. Now the last part of this flow chart is irrational number. We didn't talked about this one. irrational numbers are those numbers which cannot be represented in the form of p by q, राइट। इन्हें हम रिप्रेजेंट ही नहीं कर सकते पी बाई क्यू के फॉर्म में। पी बाई क्यू के फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर सकते तो इसके कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स होंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू माइट हैव हर्ड अबाउट पाई, राइट। पाई इज ए इरेशनल नंबर। रूट 2, रूट 3, रूट 5, रूट 7, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? दोज नंबर्स विच आर प्राइम इन नेचर, राइट, दोज नंबर्स विच आर प्राइम इन नेचर व्हेन कम्स अंडर रूट, सो इट बिकम्स इरेशनल नंबर। इसका मतलब मान लीजिए कोई एक ऐसा कंपोजिट नंबर गिवन है आपको, बट उसके फैक्टर्स निकालने के बाद लास्ट में कोई भी एक ऐसा प्राइम फैक्टर बच जाता है जो कि ओवर रूट के अंदर होगा, तो आपका जो भी वो गिवन पूरा नंबर होगा दैट बिकम्स योर irrational number, right? So let's proceed further. I have few questions for you. The very first question for you is, every whole number is a natural number. What you need to do is, you need to pause this video for 30 seconds or 40 seconds, work upon these questions and get back to the video again and check out whether the answers which you are giving and the explanation which I am going to give are same or not. I hope you all are done with these questions. So the first one is, every whole number is a natural number. So whole number का range क्या होता है? Whole number का range होता है close interval of 0 to infinity and again close interval. Natural number का range क्या होता है? 1 से infinity close interval, right? So अब आपको ये दिख रहा होगा कि जो मेरा whole number है, हाँ, whole number में मेरा 0 included है, बट क्या अगर मैं नेचुरल नंबर में 0 को रख दूँ तो क्या वो नेचुरल नंबर्स कहलाएंगे? नेचुरल नंबर का रेंज कहलाएगा? नहीं कहलाएगा। सो दिस इज अ फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट। देखो 0 तो नेचुरल नंबर में नहीं आता है, सो इज इट पॉसिबल? हाँ, आपकी बात ये सही है कि 1 2 3 4 टिल इन्फिनिटी सारे नेचुरल नंबर है, बट ही और शी, हुएवर द एग्जामिनर इज, ही और शी इज आस्किंग अस कि सारे होल नंबर नेचुरल नंबर है। नो, इट इज नॉट, बिकॉज 0 इज नॉट अंडर नेचुरल नंबर, राइट। Let's proceed further. This is second one. Every integer is a rational number. So what is the range of integer? Integer का range होता है negative infinity to positive infinity, that's so close interval. But इसका denominator क्या होना चाहिए? 1 होना चाहिए हमेशा। But denominator 1 है तो मतलब p by q फॉर्म में होगा। Whereas what is our demand is? Our demand rational number, rational number का फॉर्म क्या होता है हमेशा? p by q फॉर्म होता है। Let it be whether q is 1 or any other number, right? So this is again a true statement, that is every integer is a rational number. Now the third part, every rational number is an integer. So let us consider an example. We'll solve this one with example only. मैंने एक example लिया 3/4, right? This is a rational number. It is in p by q form where q is not equal to 0. But is this an integer? No, it is not an integer. Integers are those which are having its denominator 1. इसका denominator कितना है? 4 है, right? So it is not a integer. So this is a false statement, right? आप कोई भी एक एग्जाम्पल ले लो, ऐसा एग्जाम्पल लो जो उसको सेटिस्फाई ना करता हो, so you'll get the answer of it. I hope you got these 3, right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 more questions, and those questions are your homework, right? So what you need to do is you need to comment below the answers of those questions. So these are your questions. Every natural number is a whole number, every integer is a whole number, and every rational number is a whole number, right? These are your 3 questions. You need to comment over here that what is the answer of these 3. Just write true or false. Don't explain all those things, just write true or false, that's it, right? Now the second thing of this lecture is, I hope you all know how to find numbers between two numbers. Let me take an example. If I ask you to find two numbers between 5 and 9, right? So what you'll say is, sir, the number lies between 5 and 9 is 6, 7 and 8. Take any two. Your purpose is fulfilled, right? Now the question comes into my mind is it possible to find two numbers between 5 and 6? Is it so? क्या ये पॉसिबल है, राइट? दैट सो, क्या ये पॉसिबल है कि अगर मेरे को कोई भी दो नंबर गिवन हो कोई भी दो नंबर, let it be random numbers, whether there is a difference between them or not, right? If there is a difference between them, you can easily be able to find out the two numbers. But for example, if the question is 5 and 9 are two rational numbers, right? Now you need to find 100 numbers between these two numbers. So is it possible? Three numbers are possible. 6, 7 and 8, these three numbers are possible. What about rest 97 numbers? What about those numbers? So is it possible to find rational numbers between any two given numbers? This is what your today's task is. I'm going to reflect one question in front of you. Now what you need to do is you need to find two rational numbers between these two numbers, right? So this is your question. Is it possible to find rational numbers between 1 and 2? Give me four rational numbers between 1 and 2, right? Four rational number between 1 and 2. There are two methods. There are two methods of which we are going to talk about specifically, and there are two methods of which we are going to talk about, but not today. This is your task. You need to find a way in order to find four rational numbers between 1 and 2. I'm going to proceed from the same slide in my next lecture, and till then find out a way by yourself if there is, and tell me by commenting below that whether is it possible or not, and if it is, give me the answers. Okay, so today we are going to end our lecture here. We'll meet with some other concepts in my next lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye.